Okay, good afternoon, everyone, or evening for some of you guys. Welcome to Top of the Week, and we have Bobb Matthews topless. I tried to take my top off, but I realized my accessory is still not working enough. So yeah, and we have my buddy Mo. So Bob, how we doing?
We're doing great today, man. I feel amazing. Just coming off of a beautiful session last night. So the vibes are, yes, the vibes are vibing. The vibes are vibing.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, those pecs says it all, bro.
Oh, I had to show off the pecs because people think I'm really frail out here. They really think I'm frail.
You've got good pec genetics though. You've got like your pecs, like they connect together in the middle.
Bruh, I swear to God, I can pull up. I shared this on my story like a year and a half ago. Somebody said, "Why are you benching this with that bird chest?" They called me bird chest. I have this screenshot. That was insane. That was funny.
That's rude. That's rude.
Bird chest.
Bird chest.
No,
Swear to God.
That's rude.
That's crazy. I was dying, and it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were thinking of someone called like Ash or Russ, and they're thinking their chest looks, of course, different from Bob. But again, I've heard people telling me Bob is is the smallest guy in 105 in America, but is the strongest. Wow. But Bob, would you take strength over body? Let's just say.
Always. I don't. Yeah, always.
So it doesn't matter how you look.
Always. I've always been like that. It's like black people have no calves. Most black people, right?
I've got calves, Doug.
You're lucky. You're lucky. You're definitely lucky. The no calf black people, we run and jump the highest.
Bro, I mean, to be honest, I'm not the one to talk. When you look at my legs, sometimes you actually, there's people that see me, Bob, right? When I tell them I squat over 250, they go like, no,
yeah. I was gonna say you and Bob have similar legs in the sense of your legs don't look like you squat the amount you squat.
No.
True.
Yeah. I ask people, how much do you think I squat? People they go, oh, okay, maybe your top with an RPE 10 or maybe even more, it could be maybe 225. I was like, whoa.
I remember watching you. I remember watching you on IPF Worlds 83 session. Had no idea who you were at all. I was like, another black guy. I'm rooting for my black people. And I just see you open with I think it was maybe a 280-ish squat. I don't know. But it was rivaling Delaney. I was like, yo, I know I'm American, but I want this guy to do some shit. I think Delaney missed his squat. And then you just hit a big ass squat, and I was just rooting for you.
Yeah, we both missed our which was 302, but because of body weight, I was like 82 kilo at the dot. So we both squatted at 295, but of course I beat him on body weight. But the thing is, again, on that meet, that was in South Africa last year. I arrived literally like I think it was like 14, 15 hours before the meet.
Yeah, so, this motherfucker. He tried to do Kenyan Airways. That's what he did. Kenyan Airways from the UK. Kenyan Airways from the UK. Doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes, like, I mean, black people, we are cheap as fuck. Do you know what I mean?
I'm done.
And I paid for it. I put my hand up. I paid for it. Anyway, so yeah, going back to it, Bob, of course, the USAPL and that just happened. We're going to be touching on that a little bit because I know there's a lot of controversy that happened within that. And then we spoke so much about it in terms of like the meet itself, leading through the meet. I just want you to probably just give us a little brief of summary in terms of like how the prep went, the story leading to the meet that night. I'm not going to do a recap here. It's more about just people to get the insight of what goes on around a top tier lifter, because some people think because we are top tier, if you put us on a platform, we just have to perform. Do you know what I mean? Some people don't realize We're all human. So give us a little bit of that background stories behind it, because I know some stuff happened with your wallet, whether it was stolen by some Mexican or whatever, or you know, what's that story?
Oh wow, that yeah. Well, training went amazing. Training was training, and I got to thank Ashton for that. He pushed me to new levels of strength I didn't even know I could achieve. Like I knew I would just keep getting stronger, but to rival 1,000 kilos in training, it's crazy. Um, I did singles. After I attempted that 1,000 kilos, I was juiced for a minute. The following block after, I had no juice. I was never injured. My CNS was just never recovered. Like everything felt hard. But I still trusted the process. I believe I was like 8 weeks out. I had 2 blocks left after 1,000 kilos of an attempt. And I picked up steam again. And nationals, I knew I would be somewhere around the 980 range, 990 range for a top end. I knew no one was going to hit 1,000 kilos. That's a no-no, not in comp, especially with a head-to-head. So, yeah, training was amazing, man. It couldn't have gone better. And I got to thank Ashton for that. Keenan a little bit, but Ashton really pushed me for sure. As far as
when you say Keenan a little bit, sorry, before you touch it, you move on about a story. When you say Keenan a little bit, is it because you did not fear him leading to this?
Say that again?
I said, is it because you did not fear Keenan leading to this comp? That's why you say he a little bit pushed me. Is it because you had that in your mind thinking, nah, he's beatable. I can beat him on any day. However, Ash, you knew that this is going to be a battle.
Well, I go by the training and the numbers, the facts that are displayed in my face, as far as what I'm preparing for. Of course, somebody could still perform way outside of what we were expecting, right? Come meet day. They might have a shitty training prep all 12, 16 weeks, and they could do something crazy. But as far as being motivated and looking at someone to push, that guy was Ashton. Keenan was I believe, injured all prep until the final few weeks.
Like doctor issues or something like that. He's mentioned, or knee. I'm not even sure.
Yeah. Me, I was just looking at Ash's post, seeing me and Ash's, our timeline was basically the exact same. 4-week blocks. We're in the same period of the block. Like, I'm going to hit my week 4 triple, double, or single. He's going to do the same. So I'm like, I'm doing more than this kid. Literally. So Ashton was really and I knew if I was, chasing the top dog, Keenan is right there as far as where I'm assuming his top end strength. So if I'm chasing top dog, I'm obviously chasing Keenan as well. So yeah, not that I didn't fear Keenan, just that Ash had more evidence in my face that he was the man to beat.
So now let's lead to that wallet story while I'm gonna get a drink.
So basically, what happened in nationals in the lead up Memphis? We've heard the storyline. Everyone said Memphis was, without mentioning the words, was a shithole. But what was your experience like in Memphis? What was this? Did you enjoy the city? What happened to you once you landed there?
So I did lose my wallet. I was stressing crazy on the way to Memphis, right? On the airport, I'm sweating bullets. I spent $300 on a bus ticket, 300 USD on a bus ticket. And because I didn't think I was going to get in. I was going to take a 2-day trip to Memphis because I lost my wallet and I didn't think they'd let me in. So, and this was on the way to the airport. So I'm sweating and I'm stressing and I'm like, calm down. Trying my best because this is all on the fly. So I'm trying not to sweat and just, when you're stressed, you lose weight and stuff, whatever. So I'm gonna be honest. I was telling myself, yeah, there's no way I'm winning. There's no way I'm winning. If I have to take the bus, eat lesser than I expect, all that, yeah, there's no way I'm winning. But on the bright side, I might get to skip out in the morning session and do prime time. If I couldn't make it on time, that's what it was going through my head.
It would make sense.
Everybody would look at me. I was thinking everybody's gonna look at me like I'm a pussy because they think I did this on purpose. No, that's not what happened. But I got lucky. I got on the flight, and I was just like, yes. I landed 2 days prior to competing, and once I landed, I did some recording with my sponsor, Village. Shout out to them. And really, I just tried to eat as much as possible, but I didn't eat enough because I still weighed in at 105 kilos meet day. And yeah, that's the story up until the competition. Shit.
Since you said like again, right? I mean, these variables where you don't know whether you're gonna make it, you don't know whether you're gonna eat enough or win these things, right? This is part of lifting. It's part of the sports we do. Sometimes we just have to adapt to these things. And kudos to you, you've adapted really, really well. As everybody saw the story after the comp itself, what happened, considering what you went through. So, I mean, me, I just want to touch down to that session you end up doing in the morning with Ash, because some of us have got a background story in terms of like you did that because Ash was on that session. You and Kenan didn't want to do the prime times because thinking, okay, if he does the morning, we already know what we're gonna be. It's gonna be an easy win. So you put yourself in that session just because you wanted to compete against him. So to me, what I'm saying is like you guys did Ash a favor.
We did Ash a favor.
And although that favor backfired after, but what do you feel about the fact that you took that decision? Now you're sitting here.
I don't regret it. I know I made some jokes saying I should have done I just should have done primetime session. I don't regret it at all. I would do it 10 times over. If I beat him without him being there, that doesn't tell me shit. Anybody could beat anybody without the direct head-to-head competition right in your face. So, I would have done that 10 times over. It means so much more. It's not about it just means so much more when it's right there in the same session, to be honest. Like let's say if it was a competition on dots, right? I know remember what Russell Horry said when he said the heavyweights have it's unfair because they get to pull last, they get to decide the meet.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with that because it does favor the lighter weights, but technically, he has a little point. No, I'm going after.
He has 100% point. I've been beaten at the British 2-3 times as a for best lifter because I lift on Saturday, and these pricks like Mo and Tony Cliff, they lift on Sunday, so they're literally loading what they need to.
Yeah. So we would know what we need to load. So that's kind of unfair. This is not a conversation about formula. I would say formula does favor the lighter weights. So at least y'all have that. Absolutely. So the least that can happen is we go the day after. Rondell knew what Austin dotted, right? No way he was not beating that on that day. But yeah, I would say as far as that head-to-head, same weight class battle, there was no way we could go different times.
But to be fair as well, I think it worked out really well in terms of like, I know you as a lifter, you won competition, but us people like us that waited at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch it, it was a great show. Do you know what I mean? To see 3 of the best, arguably the best 1-5 on the entire planet to go head to head. It was unbelievable, you know what I mean? And it was worth it. It was worth it to watch that on. Mo, you can chime in if you have any question, but I'm just now I will lead us to the meet itself. So again, Bob, can you take us through in terms of like how did the weigh-in when and how the squat warm up, how was the environment around in the background as well? The reason I'm asking the weigh-in is I just want to pick your brain in terms of like the experience that you Americans, when I'm saying American, USAPL lifters go through within that 2 hours weigh-in. What experience do you guys go through? Because with us, like in the UK, it's different. When we go to the IPF World Championship, it's different. We have got lot numbers, and sometimes it's not always the best to be nominated with the biggest total there. It's not always the best because you end up with last. Everyone already ate. So yeah, your experience. How did you feel about leading to the nuts on that?
Well, we all waited at 105. We were all in line. It was Ashton in front of me. I was next, and then Keenan was behind me, and we were just talking, chilling, in weigh-ins or whatever. We're all talking I expected to weigh in at like 107 or 106. 107 is crazy. 106.
So
I
I'm
weighed in at
guessing you
105.
weren't tracking your weight during the week where you were just kind of eating and going.
Be honest, that week was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. As far as the eating, it was so bad. I'm disappointed. But yeah, Ashton said the same thing. He barely ate. Keenan,
Yeah.
I think that's just what he normally is. But yeah, we all weighed in at 105. We were like, oh, wow, that was unexpected. As far as heading, like preparing the squat, we were all sharing the same squat rack. It was cool. It's not I know people think like it's intimidation mode as you're squatting with the next guy ahead of you, blah blah blah. I hear stories all the time.
You can basically
Not
just
that.
lock off and not look at anything, especially.
Yeah. It's not that serious. I'm not gonna lie. You can't be rattled. Don't ever be rattled. Like you're a competitor. Do not be rattled. Just vibe out. Depending on your personality, Ashton's the type to vibe out. He's serious. He vibes out. I'm the same way. Keenan kind of serious. Keenan's kind of serious. But as far as the squat warm-ups, I'll be honest, she felt ass. For me, it felt ass. I felt like stable up top here, but I didn't feel like I had my legs on me.
Yeah, no, that's fair then. So I could say your opener squat, I expected you to open a lot heavier than you actually did, which I was very surprised by.
Really?
Yeah.
I opened
Because
lighter. I opened heavier than I wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to open with 688. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted a really, 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 really fast opener. So I was thinking 688, but kind of got, I'll be honest, I'm kind of easy to pressure as far as a coach telling me open with that, blah, 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 whatever.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll just open with 700. I'm not a bitch, whatever. Because I would take a 55-pound jump to my second, maybe more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nah, that's fair then. Because I saw it's always weird with your squats. I was actually going to ask you this because Ashton did make a point where he said in the previous podcast, he said a double for you doesn't translate that much to a big increase in your single. While for Ashton, he knows like a double for him will be a massive increase on his squat single. So do you, because you squatted 355 double in training, or was it 350? I know, or you attempted 355 double.
352.5. Yeah, 352.5.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I think it's just I squat too deep. I'm gonna be honest. And on the singles, when it's time for me to take those singles, it just takes too much out of me. Like I can afford USAPL wise, not IPF. I could afford to cut depth, and sometimes I just overreach, and it just jacks up my singles.
Okay, so, fair enough then.
I think I would say for bench is the only lift where it's like, yeah, my reps do not translate to a single as much as his. Okay, for sure.
Oh shit! Because you attempted 360 for that 1 kilo total training. You did 360, right?
For squat, yeah, 360 for 3, right?
Yeah.
For 3 squat, yeah. Thing is, I also have a longer range of motion, so I can't see that. Okay. I can't see that. It's on the day, like on a day I'm really strong. Let's say for a single, I could have probably double. Let's say I double 750 at 10. That's like a 780 squat for me, I would say.
That's interesting. I mean, since we're talking about squat, is again on the comp itself. So because I watch it, sorry, I'm laughing because your opener moves like I'm thinking, is this guy playing a game or something? Do you know what I mean? So how did it feel for me?
I hate squats. Squats, I hate the squats the most. Well, not the most, but as far as I should have went more. That's pretty much it. Should have went more. God, I wish I knew what Ashton was squatting on his second because if I knew that, I would have been like,
push.
It's time to come on.
When you said you wish you knew what Ashton was squatting on his second, there was a monitor there. Couldn't you look in the monitor and have a look?
I think they said there wasn't a monitor in the training hall.
No, there was. Yeah, there wasn't a back for sure. The flight was just going so fast. It was a 7-man flight, so it was fast, and yeah, I just needed more
You was the
to know that
first.
there was
You,
pressure.
you you was the first out of the three of you guys, right? In terms of like the big
Yeah,
boy squatting, so it's
yeah,
easy for you to check to see what Ashton is squatting because it was the last person to come out.
yeah.
Nah, not at all. I was gonna say because I had a similar situation, like for example, Malta, where we had an 8-man flight and it was quick. I, honestly, I didn't know what was happening around me because I attempted that 325. But if I knew Emil had only done 325, I'd have literally said cancel the squat. But because it's so quick, I'm just prioritizing recovery and resting for my next rep, which I guess you were doing. You weren't trying to look at the screen and go, oh, what's this person doing? What's that person doing?
What I was doing was in the fucking moment. I tried so hard to edit the 700 side by side because I usually do that with my best 700 in training, and then by the time I put it side by side in my phone, I was next up again. So I
So you're
couldn't
trying,
look at that.
you were
I could,
basically trying to compare to know how you're feeling and what to go next.
yeah, because
Right, okay.
I'm very. If I do this, this moves like this, and it's no debating that. So yeah, I was trying to find out how fast my 700 was. So hey, I know I have 788, whatever. Like I could have squatted at the very max on that day 793. A safe take 782, but we went super safe 777, which I'm so mad at. So fucking mad.
As much as that,
777 is crazy.
but the thing is, like, this is what I'm taking as. I know you went super like. Now we're talking like this because we pretty much know the result after, and then you
Yeah.
sit in there thinking you were mad about it. But if the result was different, you probably be thinking, you know what, that was a safe call because that saved me from my deadlift. If you went for more than that and crushes you, you lose kilos
Yeah.
on your deadlift.
I was thinking that too. Like,
Um,
I want to conserve my body because I know I'll pull ass.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of that too. But I mean, at the same time, I could have loaded 2 kilos more.
Me,
777 is crazy. I double that. I double that. It's crazy.
since we are in the squad conversation, right? I mean, Bob, I've started watching you when you were not squatting these numbers, right? Where every
Yeah.
time you're competing against Ash, some of us in the UK or abroad will be watching thinking, if Ash go 3 out 3 on the squat, Bob is annihilated. Do you know what I mean? Because your score was not there, nowhere to be seen. So what work have you done? This is probably just more about just me picking your brain in terms of your squat for people, the listeners, to probably learn a thing or two. What have you done on your squats alone to get your numbers where they are? Because almost at the moment, your squat, he does rival pretty much all the 105s or 120s in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my weakest lift. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Weakest
weakest
lift.
lift now it is up there with everybody else. What have you done?
I will say, don't let me get a fucking squat. That's kind of why I'm moving up a weight class, to be honest. What I've done, so I am not built to squat at all. I have a 32-inch waist. My waist, no. My legs is like 25 inches. Terrible. Over time, I push belt squats crazy. I have to push leg accessories crazy. Squats is the one lift where I just have to push the hardest in training, accessory wise, because I know if I get a squat, it's over for everybody. Also, factoring in the bulk. The bulk, my goal is to get a bigger waist. My goal is to get bigger legs. And
You've
then I
still
know
got abs. You've still got abs even sat down though. So like you can
yeah,
definitely add a lot more body mass onto that for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna, once these legs fill in more and my leverage, when I feel my hips hitting my waist,
Yeah.
oh, it's over. It's over. Like
Yeah.
after the meet, I swear to God, I was gonna do a YouTube video, but I'm like, well, I'm not feeling the vibe right now. But I recorded this, Ash. You know, you
Ash is
definitely
compact. Yeah.
huh? No, yeah, he's compact. But like literally on camera, I told him, ain't no way you should have lost to a nigga like me. I swear to God, you good win. Blah, congrats, whatever. you definitely had better bust my ass because you're bugging if you had lost to me. Look how I'm built compared to you, type shit. Don't lose to a guy that look like me. I promise you. Do not. That's
Do you know?
embarrassing.
You know the funny thing, yeah, I love how obviously you're there comparing yourself to Ash. Ash is, I told him we had the podcast, we were talking about genetic. I said, hey, you're 10 out of 10. Literally, like there's you, there's Rondell. You two motherfuckers are just built for the sport in general. But the rest of the population will probably listen, even me, myself, when I say I'm 6 out of 10 genetics or 7 out of 10. They're probably thinking like, yo, this makes no sense. Because for anyone to hear you say,
damn, that's
you're
harsh.
not. We'll go. I'll break it down for you later, and we can talk about it. But for anyone to hear you say you're not built for squatting, but you're squatting 352, and you're basically squatting more than everyone in the IPF apart from Anatoly, who's built. The man's glutes are a third of his body, basically. Like that's insane.
That's crazy.
Because Anatoly, when you look at Anatoly, right? One thing is because I've seen Anatoly face to face, and I've never seen Ash, but I've only seen Ash on video. But if you look at Ash, I'm not talking about the upper body. The lower body of Ash is built like Anatoly, and I'm not surprised for these two squatting that much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, probably.
Because
Like
if you
Ash
look
is
at
a wide squatter, while
Yeah.
Anatoly's like just straight down.
Anatoly is freaky. He's very freaky.
He's freaky. When you see him in person, like
I've never seen him.
he's weirdly small, but also wide. It's hard to describe.
If you see Anatoly, I kid you not, Bob. If you see Anatoly, and I'm standing next to Anatoly, you think me and Anatoly were in the same weight class.
Yeah.
Until Anatoly turned around. When he turns around, then you'll be like, fuck.
Wow. That's crazy. Wow.
Literally,
I just have the glue.
He's built like he's built like a 93 or even 83. That's how he's built.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a Gavin, but like even small, like a Gavin build, but like smaller than Gavin.
Yeah.
But he's 105. Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's just dense. It's a fucking block.
That's crazy.
The thing is that his legs, right? You know what? You just have to see him. 2024, mate. 2024, you meet him. 2024, you see him. Anyway, yeah. So moving on to the squat.
I was just gonna say before we move on though, because I have started implementing, like honestly, the other reason why I added leg press into my workouts, I'm slowly trying to introduce it for squats. Because like you, I've even got longer femurs, which just makes it shit.
Yeah.
Like when you said feel the thighs on the belly, like just feel that compression. I was like, yeah, I know that feeling. Because I know if I can get that feeling, my squat is gonna kick off. There's too much space in that bottom area. But what was your structure like for belt squats? So what did you use it like? How did you do it? 2 times a week, 1 time a week after SPD days? How hard did you push?
Oh, I pushed RPE 10 crazy. I have a crazy video. It's on a mat winning belt squat. I don't know if you know the difference, but it's pretty much the hardest variation of the belt squat. It's 6 reps on each side for 10. Crazy ass video. I have a YouTube series called Building a Body to Surpass 2K, and I went crazy on the belt squats in that time. Crazy. I taking it a little easier now because I get beat up a lot more easier since my squat is stronger since then. So I'm not as aggressive, but my God, I was so aggressive on the belt squats. It's literally, it's the only accessory to that and Bulgarian split squats. And as well as,
once a week or twice a week?
But once a week. But belt squats twice a week. Belt squats after SPD and then my secondary days.
After SPD's tough though. What the hell, man?
You got to get it done. I did that just last night. You got to get it done.
Man. Come on, if you want to score 350, you got to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of
So apart from Bulgarian squat and belt squat, is that any other accessory you can probably advise to someone to do? Because the reason I'm asking is because myself, where I train at home. I have a home gym, and now I go to a local gym now, which is a commercial gym. They don't even understand what a belt squat is. I was asking the other day, they was like, what the hell is that? So do you know what I mean? So gyms like that they don't have things like that. What other accessory that can be incorporated for a better squat?
I'm gonna be honest. Nothing really. I'm gonna be honest.
Squat more.
The squat is so easy to progress. It is so easy. It's you get bigger, just bulk. You attack you have like either whether it's a leg press or a hack squat or the belt squat. Hold up. Oh shit, no, somebody's calling me. But whatever, I'll ignore it. Can y'all still see me?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
All right. So whether it's a hack squat, belt squat, or leg press, you have those pushing variations that's gonna increase the force production in your legs, right?
Mm.
And then do a singular leg motion like lunges or Bulgarian split squats to help the health of your body, your hips, whatever, your knees, your glutes, and that's all you need. One dominant movement that's not squats, and a singular leg movement. That's really it. And just eat and push.
Yeah.
Be a
10
dog.
plates.
It's a lot of squats are a lot of leverage, muscle mass, and willpower. That's three things. It's a lot.
Me personally, I think I have the leverage for squat.
You've definitely got the leverage for squat.
I just need the muscle mass. If I have,
if you got big,
it'll be nuts.
93 big, oh my god.
I've told him like if he was like 25, 26, because Jurins is an old man, quote unquote. But if he was 26, I'll probably just say move up to 93s because you have so much mass. Like if you can put that mass on your legs or your arms, like you'll be a freak, basically.
If he was 25, 26 years old.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, but Jurins is like 34. 34. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an old man. So when I tell people like you people, you don't let an old man like this score 300 plus, and you guys can't score 300. That's embarrassing. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly how I feel about Ash. If you let me win, don't let this skinny boy beat you. Swear to God, you built like that? You see how he's built?
Yeah.
Bro.
That is embarrassing.
Swear to God. Oh my God. If I had it, I was 105. If I was to fill out 110, of course it takes time for actual muscle mass, not fat. I also filled out 110. Oh my God, it would be a different story.
So yeah, let's move on to bench press because there is a lot of stories that happen on the bench in terms of like your warm-ups and all of that. But I will take you back to the training. How did bench felt in terms of leading to this comp?
Bench was training wise. Bench was godly. Hitting PRs at will. 3 count pause, like not 3 count, but like 2 count legit pauses on my triples, doubles, singles. Yeah, singles. I hit 530 in training, and I hit 535 touch and go. Should have been paused, but I didn't have the strength to pause it that long. And I took ammonia. I don't normally take ammonia for bench. So the ammonia made me just rush. Throws my technique out the window. But training for bench couldn't have gone better. It was beautiful. And I didn't, my body weight didn't even skyrocket from the last time I competed. Yeah. It's crazy.
So were you excited in terms of like what happened in the comp day and the way training was? Did it translate really well?
Yeah, it translated really good. I could have benched 535 on the day comfortably. Could have benched 535, which is like 242 kilos, 242.5. Yeah. I would say I wasn't paying attention to Keenan's lifts at all. It's kind of just paying attention to who was ahead on subtotal, and that was Ash. So I'm gonna be honest, I knew it was a high chance he would miss his bench because I was studying his bench history. And 474 is a big hit for him. He can hit it. But that for a second attempt, he's not used to taking a back-to-back 210 plus. Back-to-back-to-back. So 485, I knew it would have been close. If he would have gotten it, I'd have been like, okay. But when he failed it, I knew I was gonna win the meet, and I didn't even win, but I was like, I'm winning the meet. It's over. That's what I said to myself. Meet is over.
There's one thing about you as well, right? I think not all powerlifters have this in terms. I'm talking about probably just my personal experience. I don't know. People sometimes will tell me everybody should be like this, but I'm not like that. In terms of like attention to details.
Yeah, I was gonna say your attention to detail is pretty high. Yeah.
Almost like study your competitors, their history, the lifting history, even like the physical appearance, it tells you if this guy is on the day, is on it or not. Do you know what I mean? But people like
Yeah.
me, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to study Delaney or NL or Russ or whatever history. I'm just going to lift. Do you know what I mean? So
Wow.
I don't study history. Me, it's more
Bro.
about. Fun enough is when I lift, when I compete, I don't expect anybody to miss a lift. Right?
Yeah, you can see that.
And I've always said I don't want to win or I don't want to compete against someone that has a bad meet. I don't want that. I want everybody to go 9 for 9. If I lose, I lose. If I win, that is more, to me. If someone like, for instance, example, I compete against Delaney or Russ or whatever, they come in, they had a shit me, and then I win. I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not.
Interesting. That's crazy.
That's how I am. That is just me. But anyway, yeah, let's go back to you in terms of like the warm-ups. How was bench warm-up was, because Ash told us he took 2 warm-ups.
Yeah, it was the same for me. We were in the same. I guess we got the timing fucked up. So, hey, whatever he did, I did 10 times worse because I had to jump. I had to take a bigger jump. My last warm up was 440. I had to jump from 1 red, 2 red, 1 red quick, 2 red quick, 440, done. So his last warm up was like what, 408 or something like that.
440, that's 180, right? Am I right?
That's 200.
200, yeah. But I mean,
Dude, I'm supposed to bench 205 tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I will be honest, I'm a dangerous person because I could take 220. I could take 225, no warm up, literally.
220. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. But it's kind of a cheating thing for me because the arch does support a lot of the weight where my muscles don't have to stress, you know?
Yeah. I'm noticing that like now that I'm getting close and close to heavier loads, just holding heavy, like it's my hands just shaking. Like holding 210, 205, my hands just shaking on that weight.
Yeah, my arch supports that, so I really don't need to warm up. I can go into a 220 off rip, and plus I practiced it a lot. Practiced it a lot.
You know the reason why I'm so shocked about it? Because for those people listening to us, in powerlifting, the hardest and the most technical lift out of the 3 is bench press. I don't care what people say. I don't care what anybody will come and tell me otherwise. Bench press is the hardest and the most technical out of the 3. Because in bench, like for instance, right, in RPF, look at how many things they look at in bench when you're benching compared to squat and deadlift. Do you know what I mean? So bench is not just about you pressing the bar and racking. They look things like arse, your head and your elbows and all of that crap. Do you know what I mean? So for you to jump from 2 red, which is 120, to 200.
That's not a problem. Don't praise that. Don't praise that. I promise you. Stop it. It's not even something to brag about or praise at all, because I promise you, if you were in my body and you feel like what I'm feeling, it's like, so whatever. It's like Eno with the long arms. It's like, it's just a given. It's just a leverage thing. For me, it's just a flexibility thing, and the fact that I've worked on my muscle mass. It's cheating.
I don't know if it's cheating though. I was gonna say, because one thing I've always told people is people have always said, "Oh, your rate of progress has always been very insane." And one thing I found very unique about yourself, even when it comes to bench, or even when you squat, because you squat wide, you go into the hole and you spring out. Normally, when people squat as wide as you, they don't have that much strength inside the hole compared to you. Like you say, rigid inside the hole. But I think, sorry.
When you point that out, because I'm moving my stance in, but continue.
Oh, you moved this. Fair enough then. But I think like you've got this. You mentioned flexibility. You've got like I don't know what the word is for it, but you're able to be flexible and also remain strong in a flexible position, which I think is very unique for yourself. Not a lot of people tend to have that. Some people try and achieve that flexibility, and then in doing that they lose strength. But you naturally have the flexibility and you have the strength on top of that.
I don't know what it is. Jamal Browner actually reached out to me, like saying how I'm rigid, but I'm like also fluent at the same time. I I haven't really seen it because it's like a combination of a Sean Noriega and a Russ Lorhe. How Russ is stiff with his torso. He tries to arch, but he's not as flexible. Meanwhile, you got Sean, who's less muscle mass, but he flexes the most. I'm like a combination because I am muscle mass and I am that arch. So I can't really explain it. I've never seen anybody else like it, but it's a great feeling because I feel like a Sean, but I am also a brute.
Yeah.
Big time. I'm a monstrous brute. People forget that I'm a brute, but they just look at my arch and say, "Oh, he's doing that because of his arch or whatever."
Nah, not at all.
I mean, the thing is, right? I think this is what people don't get. When you are in a federation where it's allowed, as they always say, if you can't beat them, you need to join them. If they always have to give you the advantage, why? Do you know what I mean? That's how it goes. I think I'll just bring you back to a quick question that you said. Bringing your, I know we're talking about bench here, but bringing your squat stance in because you're wide up. Don't you think that will affect your depth? Because at the moment, out of the 105 in America, in the USAPL, the strongest, I'm talking about the strongest 105 in the USAPL, you're the one that has got the deepest squat out of the 3 of them.
Absolutely.
So if you bring your stance, would it going to affect your depth?
Oh, I've been experimenting with it. My depth is perfectly beautiful. Beautiful. It is beautiful. I just hit 320 for 3 last night.
Oh shit!
And yeah, it was like I had like 2 more reps in the tank. It's almost caught up to my regular squat stance. So on top of that, it's easier to rep with the wider stance. So for singles, so like next week, I'm probably gonna go for like what? Maybe 330-ish. I'll debate it for 3. And if I can get that, that is basically equal to my my all-time 340 for 3 with the stance, because I know that single is gonna just mean so much more with the stance. So it's looking good right now. I'm not squatting high. Squatting very deep.
It looks like you're preparing yourself for what's coming. So which is a really good thing to hear. You know?
I was also gonna say, so are you
prepared,
are you planning on pushing at this local meet then? The one that you signed up for? It's in 6 weeks, isn't it?
I'm not gonna put it. Is in like 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna push. No, I'm not gonna push. I'll probably hit some easy token lifts. Yeah.
Okay.
But when you say you're not gonna push, so you're gonna go there and score 250, bench 150, and deadlift 200. Is that what we're talking?
It's gonna be like an SBD day, so I might work out anyways after. It'll probably be like last warm-ups, and then I'll go to an actual gym and hit my lifts. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's gonna be light. It's gonna be light. It's not gonna be nothing crazy.
You Americans are nuts. So you go to a comp, you go warm up, you do warm ups, and you go to a normal gym, local gym to do your numbers.
Yeah, but I will say this: I'm not gonna. Whatever Ash totals, I'll try to gauge myself off of that. Whatever he's at.
So it could be a little competition at the end of the day, kinda.
It probably won't, because I mean, I'll just be. I do want to out-conventional him, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it that mid that has got $1,200 thingy check? Is it the same?
It's like a 6,000K pull, and then first place takes 1.2 home.
Yeah.
Or
So
1.5.
you're just gonna give away $1,200 to someone else.
I mean, to be honest, that's fine. Second place is what, 700 or something like that. Third place is like 500. I think I haven't really seen much of the roster, but I know it's me, Petrie, and Ash. We're probably taking the top 3 spots. I don't really know, so we'll see.
You're giving away your $1,200 to someone, to Petrie or Ash.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm very competitive.
People don't get it. It's not even about the numbers. Money is an easy $1,200. It don't come every day.
Oh, it's not easy if me and Ash push. It's not easy. If me and Ash push, it's not easy. And I prefer not to push because I'm not trying to ruin my training. I have a lot of momentum.
I don't think Ash will push as well.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't want to ruin the momentum for training.
I don't think Ash will be pushing as well anyway. So so now, because after that massive bench press you had, course, you benched bigger than everybody else, and Keenan
Yeah.
was second one as well. And then we move to the deadlifts. Again, I think I'm not trying to make a recap to go attempt by attempt. What are the things that you didn't like during that deadlift session? Because us watching it, right? I think one of the things that what do you call what we call it, the lion or elephant in the room or whatever. Some of us on the other side, like where we are, we call Marcellus all the name under the sun after what happened in that deadlift session. Because I was there at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning watching for this, and that happened. That upset me because I said to myself, I could be dreaming there, me squatting or bloody deadlifting, but I'm here watching these people live, and this man's a fuck up on the live stream. But anyway, that is just us here. So from your words, the people that experience it like yourself, what happened and how did you feel about it? How did you feel about that?
So he loaded a number that I believe he believed that you could lower the attempt after, you know, said lifter misses the lift, whatever. And that's fair as far as making that mistake, because I think they should have allowed it anyways. I still don't even know what happened as far as why they couldn't lower it down. But as far as what I was thinking on the day, as far as lowering the attempt, I had no clue as far as it even being attempted to be lowered. I was just going out for my deadlift, and I believed it was just the pull for the win. I don't know whose mess up that was. Was it USAPL's mess up, or what? I don't know. That's why I got interrupted on the stream, because there was a false attempt to change the weight. And I would say the only thing I'm mad at, don't call me out. Yeah. Don't call me out to attempt the weight when you know it's not ready for me. I don't care about the rule. You know, I don't care about if, oh no, you can't do this. You have to go up. I don't care about that. Just call me out when I'm ready, for when I'm ready. Because the ammonia, I smelled it at the perfect amount. My feet were set up the perfect way. And then I'm just setting up, bang, and then I'm ready to go. And then I just look up at my peripherals and I see, no, you can't, no. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just reset, try to mentally recollect myself. And I took a second to debate, should I sniff more ammonia? Should I not? Ammonia, I usually only have one big hit of ammonia, and then I'm good. I can't really sniff ammonia often. So taking that shit twice and having that delay, I'm a competitor, but that shit fucked me up. I'm gonna be honest. I was ready to go. We don't know if I had the strength or not for 392, but that shit messed me up. I'll be honest. It really did. But it's like a little thing in history.
On the bar? What was on the bar initially before they called you off? What weight was on the bar?
395.
No. It wasn't 395. It was Ashton's weight. I believe it was 388.
88.
388.
Okay.
And then we loaded 392. So after that, he missed that, whatever. We tried to go down. And I guess that was like rejected. But they called me out anyways, as if I was ready, you know, Bobb Matthews, the boy, right? I come out, set up, whatever, right? So that was that. But see, that was how, like, one way I got fucked. The other way was, I guess it kind of has nothing to do with that. It was just a little miscommunication with the handling. Me and Marcellus, me as well, as far as what I wanted. And what I truly wanted was Ashton come third place. So basically, I could have loaded, I think, 1 kilo less. I don't know the exact amount. It could have been half a kilo, could have been a full kilo, could have been 2 kilos less. But whatever was the amount to push Ash to third place, I would have, or second place in the time being, because Keenan didn't go yet. I would have taken that, right? So what if it was 390 instead of 392 or 391? I would have taken that, hit that shit. No need to lower it. Bump Ash to third, well, second. Keenan pulls whatever he needs to pull. Pull for the win, Keenan, yay! I would have been like, lowercase W. Lowercase W.
Because you still beat Ash.
Low key, like it's a little obsession thing I have. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of unhealthy, low key.
The thing is,
but
I think with Keenan as well, right? Talking about Keenan, he surprised pretty much. Of course, I'm gonna have him on the podcast tomorrow. By the way, he surprised pretty much all of us in terms of his deadlift.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, even Ash said this on the podcast. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting Keenan to come in that strong on his deadlift.
I 1,000,000% agree. However, I'm gonna be honest, like you said, I study all my competitors and whatever. The reason why Marcellus loaded 392 and not 1 kilo lower, just so I could apply even just 1 kilo of pressure to Keenan, was because he believed Keenan was strong on that day. He could pull whatever. That's where I disagree. Keenan was strong, but I've studied all of Keenan's pulls from 840 plus, and it's almost never not a hitch. He always drags them in the quads or barely locks out. So there's no fucking way he's taking anything over 390 and he's getting 3 white lights. And even if he got 2 white lights, he got the lift and whatever. Marcellus, you could contest that. I just beat Ashton. I'm good. I'm chilling. Bro. But the thing is, I did not believe. I would say it was more so in me wanting to beat Ash over than my belief that Keenan can't pull and lock out something over 865. It was more so that. However, if he could, prove me wrong, shit, I would love that anyways. I don't give a shit. Really.
I think
that's what it was.
Do you think, because listening to you and a lot of listeners will be listening to you, we can honestly say you have an obsession when you come to Ash, right?
Yeah.
The obsession is
the
competition, right? No other obsession in terms of, I'm not saying because
this is going to be a crazy clip.
Ash
will be a crazy clip.
Ash looks sexy, whatever, look like Ash. No, what you seek from Ash is the strength.
Absolutely.
There. Do you think that obsession is almost hindering your performance when you come face to face with Ash every time you face him?
No. Every time I face him, I got better. Bang. Every single meeting, I've gotten better. This meeting that I just lost, I just basically hit a world record total from less than a year ago, half a year ago. I've gotten better every single time, and it's thanks to Ash. It sounds crazy me saying and giving him this much props, but first it was Petrie. I was obsessed with beating Petrie. We were going at it at the hundreds, whatever. Then it was Ash. It's not Ash the human. No, it's just because he's in my weight class territory right now. It's not Ash himself. It's just because he's the guy to beat. And I'm looking for the guy to beat. If it was the IPF, it will be Anatoly, 100%. He'll get all the smoke. Believe that. It will always be the next guy, and you guys know who's next.
Okay.
You gotta know who's next.
We'll get to that conversation in a minute. I just want to finish up with the USAPL Nat. So
I had one quick question though. Let me just bump in here because I listened to a podcast you had done, and then you've had about 5 meets now, USAPL, and you said that you've progressed in each meet, but you've not felt satisfied at all. There's not a meet that you felt happy with.
I think I said that on my last podcast.
Right? Yeah, you did. Yeah. You said like the last 5 meets you've made progress, but you've not been happy at all.
Yeah. I was ranting about how powerlifting is toxic and it just sucks because you'll never be happy. Even with the progression, like you'll never be satisfied, and it's kind of depressing to think about.
But if those 5 you've beaten Ash 5 times, you would probably be satisfied right now.
No, not even. If I performed poorly, no, because I've beat him before, with not having the best meet, and I wanted to have the best meet. Because I think probably better than that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to say. I don't like saying that because I lost anyways. But things gone right, I believe a 9 for 9 Bobb is stronger than a 9 for 9 Ash.
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest. I had more in my squat as far as kilos. This is a bit. That's tie. Let's say if that's tie. He failed his bench. I had more in my bench. And as far as deadlifts, he hit 8. He bobbled with 8. I don't think he can lock out a deadlift over 850. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, it's so serious that I'm praying my IPF brother could hit on the IPF stage. It's not shade, but if he's watching this, you ask him, lock out, hold that deadlift because I need you to win. Okay, this is serious now. But I truly think he has to work on the lockouts over 850, and it's not a call out. It's just the fact. I can lock out anything over 850. So me saying I believe I'm better, it's not that crazy. However, it's controversial because he beat me, and the better man won that day for sure. I would say it would be like if we went head to head 10 times, it's gonna be 5v5. 5 him, 5 me. So yeah.
I think Ash as well is the type of person that thrive under competition, under pressure.
Oh.
You know, even that podcast we did last week with him, you can tell is he does not seek for personality or clout. He just seek for strength. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't have Bobb, I didn't have Keenan. If the likes of Anatoly did not exist in IPF, he would probably retire now. What's the point of doing it? Why there's no competition? So it's kind of like he seeks strength, and then this is not an American thing because sometimes people will think like, oh, of course, you Americans are arrogant as fuck. We all know that.
I think it's an American thing though, in terms of like the seeking strength, because a lot of people, like I did tell, even like with you, to be honest with you, you're looking to move to the 120 class. Ashton is he's gone from 93 to 105 from it. You know, you guys seem to want to chase the standard, while you can get other people who are just happy to be where they are. You know, if you're competitive as a 93, they want to squeeze out every single thing they can, and they're scared to move up to a bigger challenge.
Is that a shot at me or something? But because you. But anyway, I mean, I think you guys, it is inspiring. You know, it's really inspiring to hear how confident you are. I think it was today. I think it was yesterday when I was doing my SPD yesterday. Literally during the session. I mean, I've had a horrendous 5 weeks, but I don't know how I survived the 5 weeks. But after finishing squat and bench, and I sat there before deadlift, I said to myself, do you know what? I fucking need to start telling myself I'm doing this to become the best. I want to be the best in the world. Because sometimes people like us in Britain and the Africans or whatever, the culture sometimes almost prevent us to say these things aloud. You can say in your head, you can meditate it, but sometimes like you can't say it because if you say it, you're thinking what other people think or what other people say because it's not part of our nature. Do you know what I mean? And I said from now on, I will start saying it. I want to be the best in the world. I don't care who's coming. I don't care who's there.
Bro, you're gonna let Russ dominate the IPF, do what he did in USAPL and IPF.
Actually,
Russ. Come on now.
Because you know what, Ross, you know, after the Austin Perkins performance, Ross said Austin should stop mentioning his name, or he said something about stop mentioning my name and comparing me to all those little 83s. I'm not like them. So he's called you man a little 83. So you do need to step up, all of you.
But let's just meet up in 2024.
That will be such a good battle.
We'll figure out. So I mean, I think what I'm gonna say when it comes to the A3, Russ competed against the A3 where the A3 had only Gibbs, right?
Yeah.
Russ only went against Gibbs. But if you see the gap between Russ and Gibbs and the rest of the A3, it was ridiculous. The gap was just stupid, right? But there's one thing people have to remember. We're not in 2021 anymore. We're not in 2022 anymore. Do you know what I mean? Things have changed. The standards have gone up. You know, you get people like Enna that will be chasing 400 deadlift. You know, as much as like Russ is coming in with big deadlift or big squat, whatever. I mean, if you miss one and Enna loads 400, you wouldn't know whether he's not, because Enna, you don't know whether he's going to hit it or not. But if he loads it, it's going to give you a little bit of a heart attack.
Yeah. He's going to hit one of these days.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, again, Bob, I know there's a conversation that's been going on in terms of like, I mean, this is the last bit, or I'm gonna touch down on the USAPL meet you did in terms of handling. You touched that yourself, right? I'm gonna have
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Marcellus here, by the way. I think no, this will go the week after. We'll have Marcellus. I'm gonna ask Marcellus a straight question as well in terms of what does he think about him handling two top tier lifters. Does he think is because of what happened in USAP or not? It was something he missed something on his in his accord, or he thinks like it was just the meet was because again, as you said, the meet was quick. The conversation between you and him was not the best. You know, you could have communicated a bit best, but in terms of like going forward in the future, how you guys are thinking of fixing that because it might happen again.
Well, I would say there's no lessons learned going against other people.
Mm.
But as far as if me and Ash, let's say if we do our thing in IPF and then we come back to USAPL, we are head to head again at 110, maybe a class over 110. That's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I would have to see, like, that's hard, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That's hard. I don't have an answer. Don't have an answer. That's hard. It's like
I'm willing to fly to America to come and help you on that comp if you want to.
nah.
But
Well,
something would you consider someone else to look after you and someone else?
Yeah, I would consider it. I would consider it. It's not off the table. I would have to really think about it because if someone's helping me, Marcellus still knows what I'm capable of. He knows everything. So I mean, this guy, Marcellus knows how to counter me, right?
Mhm.
So it's hard. I would say just handle us, but it just has to be like the attention split has to be like super 50-50 on everything.
That's hard though. You know what I mean? I think last time me and
Yeah,
you.
I don't have an answer.
Let me put this into you because you gave me a question. You put it down on the plate last time that you put me on the spot. You said to me because you know I have a child, right? And you said to me, if you have two kids, would you have loved them differently in terms of like, would you
Yeah.
love the other more than the other? You know what I mean? That's a tough question to ask a parent. You know,
Yeah.
although any parent will tell you, of course, I love my kids all the same, but deep down, there's still that kid that always get that extra meal. There's always that kid that okay.
No, I believe that. I believe
what I
human
mean?
bias is a real thing. I believe it.
Yeah. So, do you believe with Marcellus what happened at the USAPL? He was a little bit of that or no?
I no, I wouldn't say it's biasy. I would just say the nigga straight up forgot, or he straight up. It was just, I can't say it was biasy because it's not like even if I won, he would have been still been happy for sure, whether it was me or Ash coming out on top. I just don't think you can devote 50-50 of your attention span to each athlete. And if that's going to happen, then if the other athlete notices that, oh, he got more attention than me, he might say, oh, that he was more biased towards him. That might not be the case, though, because we are human and we have error. We have human error. It's so hard to coach two people that are splitting hairs. So that question on bias is so tough. So tough.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't benefit. He doesn't benefit from Ash winning over me winning. Same. Already.
Yeah.
So I think it's legit human error.
In terms of the business, in terms of clientele, I mean, you and Ash pretty much both have got the same stock in terms of like if this win and that win, I pretty much get the same thing, right? But as a human being inside him, probably he's thinking, if Ash win, I like Ash more, or I like Bob.
Why are you trying to sow seeds of confusion?
I will speak to Marcellus the same way I'm speaking to you in terms of like all of this. I'm not claiming here that he was biased. I'm not saying that. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying here for the listeners, all I'm saying that is that as a Jurins point of view, I'm not talking, this is no Bob, this is no Mo, this is not anybody. This is Jurins
Sure.
point of view. All I'm saying is Marcellus fucked up on the day. He should have considered all of this would have happened and get more help on his side.
Have
That's
you
all
have
I'm
you
saying.
listened?
He
Have you
had
listened
a little
to?
help as far as Christian handling.
Yeah.
But I would still say it's a hard task. And as far
Mhm.
as you never knowing what's going on through someone's brain, Jared, you're right about that shit. You just never know. You never truly know. As far as, let's say if I'm not speaking up and I feel like, and I just let the day go naturally, right? However, there's more of an attention split going this way. That could be bias.
Mhm.
Legit. It could be unconsciously biased. You never know.
And that
So
could
it's just,
affect. And that
I
could
was gonna
affect.
ask though, have you watched some Matt Gary? Because Matt Gary did a
Yeah.
little breakdown. Yeah. And even Matt Gary is the goat of like handling, and he said, hey, it's a tricky situation at the end of the day, but you can't play chess against yourself. That's
yeah, I
what it
agree
boils
with
down
that.
to.
You cannot. That's one thing I agree with. You can't chess. You can't protect two kings.
Hmm.
I agree with that. Like it's so hard. Shit. If I was going head to head, I would probably.
It's hard for you to answer this question, right? As I'm saying, in terms of like Marcellus, which is I understand is a hard thing to say, but I would love to hear what Marcelo got to say about himself. Do you know what I mean? It would be interesting to hear what Marcelo will say next time when we have Marcellus, and because the reason I'm saying that is, as athletes, if we forget the competitive side of us and being an athlete, we're human being, right? We're human being. Marcellus is handling both of you at in the back, you know. If you turn left, you look at Marcellus talking to us a bit more, you as a person will be thinking, oh, what the fuck? You know, why is
You're
having
right.
that relationship with me too?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
That's one thing. Yeah, because every coach-client relationship is different. As far as being comfortable to just speaking to the person, it's going to be different. So if these two people are more comfortable than me and coach, could feel biased. You know what I'm saying? So you have a point. That's legit.
Did that happen?
As far as attention splits, a tiny bit. As far as like how the day went, as far as it being natural. He was 100% with me on squats. He was easily there for squats. Bench, I saw him a little less. Deads, he had more time with Dash and Deads.
So again, this is what I'm saying. Like, as an American, I'm just gonna say this as an American, what I've seen across the board. As an American, you can look at it thinking, okay, he's not giving me the attention. Watch me annihilate Ash just because of him. That can fuel you to even beat Ash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, am I wrong there?
That is one thing. I'm on game day. I'm like, all right, I'm competing against Ash and Marcellus. So yeah, it is fueling me for sure. I heard a game day. I heard Marcellus say, Ash, time is now. Win. Your time is now. Win for the last deadlift, right? I'm at the side. I'm hearing that. I'm like, type shit. That's fueling me. Naturally so, but I can't take that away because he's also his client. I can't take that away. He has to give him that speech. Can't take that away.
So when Ash missed, did he come to you and say to you, it's time for you to win as well?
No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him at all until after.
I'll stop the controversy there because I feel like I'm just creating a lot of fire here on Marcellus, but hopefully he's gonna listen to the thinking, oh, this guy hate me. I don't hate him. The only thing I hate, I don't hate him. The only thing I hate is the fact that I waited until 3-4 o'clock in the morning and for me to see that shit show, that pissed me off. So that's the only thing.
It was 11 a.m. in the morning because they were not prime time.
Yeah.
They were not prime time. So you're good. You're good. So I don't hate him.
I watched it live. Yeah.
You're good. So Bob, now the next phase is, of course, the story that everybody are talking about. Your mental vacation. How you
Oh, it's
prepping it?
not a mental vacation anymore. I heard Russia is back in it, low key, right?
Are they?
I'm hearing, and they have a
Yo,
120 monster.
yo, they
They
do
have,
have they so there was this guy, he was 24,
He won the 2021 World Cup.
jacked. He was just jacked and strong. And he's been ghost mode for 3 years. So Lord knows what
What did
pharmaceuticals he's been sampling. But
he better be
well,
natty. He better
hopefully
be
he
natty.
is.
and
Um,
Hopefully he is.
to be fair, I've been watching some because I follow some of the Russian lifters on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, even the lighter weight class, some of the numbers they've been pulling, bro. If they come back, some people will be going for participation medals. No jokes. You know what I
I
mean?
wonder
So
what weight class. But yeah, it's not really a mental vacation. All right, let me get this clear for sure. Mental vacation does not mean physical vacation. Mental. Think about the prep I just had. Think about who I just went against. I'm stressing. Oh, what's he doing now? I gotta beat this guy. Blah blah blah. Right? IPF route. Who's the next Ashton? There isn't an Ashton, especially in the 120s. So mental vacation. That's the mindset.
but be careful. IPF is an international powerlifting federation. Anyone can come back, can come out from anywhere. But
All right,
USAPL,
you were
USAPL,
right.
USAPL, you have a list. You know that list. We can't add
Oh
any
my.
more on that list.
See, the thing is, there isn't a 120 in the world aside from Rondell that does not scare me. That scares me. I mean, at all.
Because
So I mean,
he hasn't come yet. He hasn't come in yet.
he's not there yet. He's not. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he's. Is he? Where is he?
Who knows? Maybe they're waiting for you to turn to IPF and to be like, okay, it's time for me to turn up.
You could be right. You could be right. You never know. Of course, the year I would go in is the year the monsters come in. But I'm not scared because these guys are cutting into 120. These guys are 264. I'm 233 pounds. I'm eating right. So I've been studying Tony Cliff. I've been studying Big Dev. Believe it or not, I've heard a lot what he said on other podcasts. I've been studying that guy, that Russian guy. He's looking like the biggest hitter. He can probably hit 1,000, but I can probably hit 1,000 at a way lighter body weight. So what happens when Bobb Matthews puts on weight? A lot of people have been saying, oh, we don't know how he'll react or respond to the weight gain. We don't know if it'll be good. That's so bullshit. That is so bullshit. It's gonna be very good weight gain. I have so much potential to be a really strong 250, 112 kg-ish type of guy. I don't think I would ever fill out the class 120, but I ever get to the 112, when I get there, it's gonna be a problem. So, like I said, it's not a mental vacation at all. I'm taking this shit so serious, as if I have an Ashton to compete against. I know these guys are worthy for sure. Training will not be lackadaisical. It will be crazy. So I'm coming with fire for sure. Best believe that. These 120s, they better look out because I'm different.
I think
And
you
I'm
get
thankful for Ash.
me. I'll bring you back to. I know. I like the mindset, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Nothing against the mindset. It's 100% that mindset is pretty much what everybody should adopt in this sport if you want to go forward. In terms of like, have the confidence for you to achieve high. Because sometimes a lot of people will lack the confidence to achieve high. And that's not arrogance. That's just confidence right there, right? But again, on the IPF, there's rules. The rules are, I'm sorry to say this, I know USAPL guys, like I've lost like 50 followers when last time when I said this, USAPL don't come. So I didn't mean that. But when it comes to the rules, the IPF rules are here, the USAPL rules are here.
In my training, I don't lift to USAPL rules, except for the bench. Now, the squat, I think my squats. You'll never. I don't even remember a last red light I've ever had. I think my shit. Bench, Last night, I just benched 210 for a triple like this. Bang. My bench is strong.
What are you hearing?
Huh?
210. Triple.
210, yeah, 210 calm triple. I could bench. Yeah, I could hit 500 like this. I can't hit 500. Of course, I'm gonna be honest, it was at 10 for last night. Because I'm still adapting to the close grip. It's almost under smooth. It's like this and everything past that is under smooth. And then the rest is not under smooth. So that's where my grip is, the close grip. It's probably not going to be my comp grip. So you're not seeing my comp bench yet. I might just move out to Pinky's rings so I can have a stronger bench, of course. I believe a 240-ish, 250 potential is going to be there to IPF depth. The fact that I'm benching intensities of a 500-pound bench like this, you're going to see on my story in a few hours from now.
You know, sorry. Yeah. You know how we're talking about the Russian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's attempted the 400 kilo deadlift, like last
Yeah,
end of last
I saw
year.
his deadlift. I saw his deadlift.
So he's definitely, whenever he does come back, he'll be a shit ton stronger than whenever he left.
This is why I'm so thankful for Ashton, because the man pushed me for 1,000 at under 105. So I'm prepared for a 260 pounder that's capable of 1K. I saw his deadlift, I saw his bench, and squat is lacking a tiny bit, but I believe he could. What if he explodes on squats? If he's doing 10 kilos, I'm even ready for that, to be honest. Like,
that's the competition you want.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That gets me hungry. Shit, I might have to learn his name. I might have to learn his name. God.
you can start saying when you're benching, because again, at the 120, Bob, right? Even you, of course, you're one of the best bench at 105 and 120. You even be better. Yeah. But in IPF, you get the 120 benching 250s,
240, 250. But that's what I'm capable of right now. So you're right, but that's right now.
That's something I know. Mass move mass. You're gonna pull on the mass, and you have to adjust your grip, which is, we can't lie about it in terms of your arch. At the moment, it doesn't. I mean, the USAPL, the meet you did, those standards does not fit with the IPF. But as you said, you're adjusting, and your bench still not really reflected, which is a great thing to hear, right? But is a 250 bench that a kid from Germany just did at the juniors. I was watching it. I was like,
is he white? I think I know him. I think I saw him.
Like German kid.
Yeah.
German kid, yeah.
I can't remember his name anymore.
I don't remember his name. No.
He's a bad deadlifter. He's a decent deadlifter, right?
Yeah, but he only talked around 920, 915 at the end of the day.
Jerry, get that shit out my face. Jerry, somebody sent me him, and I only saw his bench, and I was like, "Oh my god!" My heart kind of raced.
Yeah.
And I saw it on the list. Jared, get that shit. This is where the American is gonna come out of me, and I'm be a little cocky. Are you serious, Jared?
How old are you again, Bob?
I'm 26.
That's a kid. He's a kid.
How old is he? I gotta know if you're talking about the right person. I gotta know if you're talking about the right person.
He's like 20 years old. Right?
Let me see. Let me find him.
He was at the juniors.
Yeah, it was at the juniors.
Find him right now, please. Please.
You know? He's like literally 20, 21 years old. I mean, he still has time.
No, you're right.
He's 22. He's 22.
Exactly.
Yeah, he has time. Is that 22. Time next year?
340 squat, 250.5 bench, and 335 deadlift.
I'm going to be honest. He better get that deadlift up. Time catches up.
Yeah, but the problem, he's like one of those, he's built for soft total. You can see it.
You can see it in his build. Jerry got a point though. You can never sleep on anybody. But someone sent me that guy, and if it doesn't pass my hunch test as far as this nigga being a threat, he's not passing, period. I can tell you who I'm looking out for. There's this 17-year-old Hamza. I'm looking out for him. His leverages he looks like he can put on some serious weight.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong in all 3 lifts. And like I just said, he's 17. So I'm looking out for people. I'm underestimating nobody. However, if he doesn't pass my hunch test, and like you said, I have a great eye. I'm studying the fuck out of everybody. Even you, Abdul. Even you. I'm studying everybody. If you don't pass my hunch test, you all right. You will be a good lifter, but are you gonna beat me? You have a deadlift? Anatoly, I love you, but you ain't got a deadlift on you, buddy. Your leverage is fucked. I think Ashton's gonna smoke you, and you awaken the beast. It's a lot, man. But you're right. People can progress and knock you out of nowhere.
When you said about the Anatolian Ash thing, I think I'll ask Ash this question as well. We all know strength to strength when you look on paper, Anatoly can't come close to Ash.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
It's true.
No.
But you guys are forgetting yourself. Who pushed you? Ash, to get to where you are. Yeah. Ash coming to IPF. Do you know what Ash is going to do to Anatoly?
Yeah.
No one knows. In terms of what I'm saying is, Ash moving to IPF, we don't know where Anatoly level will get to now because he knows he has competition. Because to be fair, for the past 2-3 years, he didn't have competition.
I mean, okay, so
yeah, he did though. He lost to Emil.
You lost to Emil. The guy was training in a bunker in a war-torn country. Come on.
Emil was building foundation for house.
So whether or not he was training on a bunker, can that change his deadlift leverage?
Nah. It's like he recently posted a 320 for 8 reps. I think it was but he's very good at rep work.
He's very good at rep work. But the thing is, like, he doesn't need a U-Bob or Ash deadlift. All he need, if he can pull 360, 365, that's all he need.
Nah, he needs a lot more than
I would not lose to someone pulling 365.
Hey,
and Ash is just beat.
Oh, so it was 302.5.
He's going up against Ash, right? If Anatoly bench 240 because he's capable, he's benched 230 before.
He just pull 2 foot out of your ass from just added 20 kilos on his total. Like
even 235 would shock me. Even 235. 235, I'll say 235. But the thing is, hey, Ashton's gonna redeem that 220 bench. He's gonna redeem that. He's gonna squat. He's gonna squat. Please, Ash, be smart. Just take a safer squat than you took at Nationals.
Oh yeah, because we had this discussion because obviously he wants to get to Sheffield, so he would definitely not want to start chipping because obviously that's money.
That too, yeah,
exactly. So do whatever you need.
Take a safe squat. You could take 810, 370. Just take something safe. Take a 220 bench and the deadlift. I know I was talking about his lockout, but he can also even take a safe deadlift. 380, 385.
Okay, the squat.
Anatoly has to reach to the stars.
The squat.
We know.
The squat. He has to squat to IPF depth.
I believe he can do that if he puts his ego aside and doesn't want to PR his all-time squat. Please don't go for 390 on the stage. Ash, please don't.
No, that wouldn't make any money.
I'm not gonna go 390, but remember, I'm not saying this because I'm taking a piss, but Americans, when they come to the IPF platform, they come with a chip. And that chip, the entire world is watching. Look at what happened to Taylor Howard. What happened to Taylor is not because it's Taylor. What happened to Taylor because Taylor is American? I'm sorry what people want to say is because Taylor is American. Do you know what I mean? So if the Ash come to the IPF with that squat, I've heard people do Boma in IPF, by the way.
I think Ashton's a lot smarter than we think. I think he's gonna take the right approach to this. As am I.
I think he said it. I think we spoke on the podcast here last week. We said, look, there's no point of coming here to blow everyone out of the water.
Yeah.
There is the check
I'll even have a conversation with him. All he has to do, yo, Ash, just sink a squat. We know you can squat. Just sink that bitch. Move on the bench. We know you can press 220, maybe more. But I'll say 220. Just bench that. And deadlift. Yo, Ash, lock it. Just lock out a deadlift. Don't go for anything 850, please. Shit, that's it. And that's to be you win the world title, whatever.
And then you go
if Anatoly's not pulling 8, huh?
And then he can go Sheffield, collect a check for the squat, collect a check for the deadlift.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hold on. would he collect a check for the deadlift? Is not that the one that you tried, Mo? How did he feel?
Oh no, I don't think he would get the deadlift. If he can try, he can probably get it. I think it's like what 390. Oh wait,
391.
He tried it.
391.
Mo tried. That's what I'm asking. How heavy it was? How
Yeah,
heavy it was?
I was cramping. I was cramping, so I don't remember, Doug. I was cramping aggressively.
That's is it not that the same? Is it not that the same deadlift that Bob missed at the national as well? Was he heavy, Bob?
Nah,
This is
Bob's
one
was above
kilo.
that. Yeah, 1.5 kilo extra.
Okay.
392.5.
So Bob, you
Yeah.
reckon if he was 391, you would have pulled it?
Oh, me? 1 kilo could make the world of a difference. But
It's massive.
on top of that 1 kilo, don't distract me. That it was 2 things. It was so many little things that
I'm just asking because that is a world record in the IPF. As much as you guys say how strong you are, that world record still haven't been broken since like 20 what?
It's calm. Just let's. I feel like there are a lot of people that could do it now.
20.
There are a lot. Yeah.
Who?
There are a lot of people. If Ashton,
I'm gonna be
Bob
honest.
coming over, I feel like if I'm healthy, I could give it a good target.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was cramping on that day. I was cramping, like I was, and I had 2 weeks notice to pull that
All I'm saying
without
is,
training deadlifts.
all I'm saying is that is one of the longest world record we've had, and it's still there. It's still there.
I mean, it's impressive for its longevity of a record, but for the number, that is not impressive.
The 120 is less than that.
Look, no
The
American
120 world record is less than that. Yeah.
I mean, no American, even in the USAPL, has ever pulled it. So it's not a number that is nothing. You guys haven't even.
Ooh. I mean, see, if I'm, that's how I look at it. If I'm close to that record, I don't even look at myself as a deadlifter. I'm just a versatile average guy. I will never have a world record in any lift. But if I'm close to it, that shit, come on now. It's like you. Are you a specialist in anything?
You saying you're
But
not.
Jurins is definitely a specialist in the squat.
No, me, I'm a specialist in the squat.
You versatile.
To be fair, right? I can't really call myself a squat specialist because I can probably say I'm just a subtotal guy. You know what I mean? In terms of like my squat.
Nah, you're not a subtotal guy though. You're like a squat deadlift guy.
Yeah,
Your
you
bench
well
is
rounded.
trash.
Yeah. That's why I fucked up in Malta, isn't it? I came out with one squat and then I know it's already over. So, I mean, people like Ash as well. Like someone like Ash, we're talking about IPF death here. If Ash comes out with one squat in the IPF meet, he's fucked.
Yeah,
because
I can see why you're hard on him as far as like, yo, Anatoly can get. I can see it because you're right. One lift and he could be fucked. You're
because
right.
it makes look at the jump.
Yeah.
Anatoly is a typical Ukrainian. They make 5, 2.5, or even barely make a 10 kilo.
Anatoly did open with like 800 last time though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Yeah, he's done that multiple times.
That was stupid.
I was low-key hoping he did that at Worlds because I was thinking, I was like, please open on like 365 and then just
because the thing with them is that orthodox way of powerlifting where you make 5 to 7.5 kilo jump. They don't make more than 20, 30 kilo like Americans or the Brits make. They don't
no. Actually, no. So what Anatoly actually looking at his data now, he opens around 330, 340, and then he'll jump to 360. So he actually does a big jump and then he'll try and do a little micro jump. He does the same thing on bench, opens like big jump, 5 kilo jump. Same on deadlift, open like 5 kilo, 10 kilo jump, 20 kilo jump, and then slight increase in deadlift. But I think he's realized that that's very bad because he had that meet where he opened with 340 and he went to 360.5 and failed it twice. And since then, he's actually adjusted.
That's going to be a hell of a meet.
So, I mean, same thing can go to Bob here. Bob can come to the IPF and miss 2 squat and he's fucked.
Everyone's coming to the IPF to miss 2 squats, apparently.
He won, of course. And
see, with my mindset though, as I said, I want to open light, right? Internationals, right? Especially if you look at my track record, squat is my best lift as far as execution. But don't miss squats, and I've never missed a third squat. I've always missed on some bullshit, and then I've gotten it back. Never missed a third squat in comp. Yeah, I'm pretty smart, and I'm pretty conservative, believe it or not. Pretty
I mean,
conservative.
your squad are the nuts. This actually says it all. How conservative you
Yeah,
are.
some bullshit. That's why I want to get my squat stronger for sure. Like, I believe the squat is my ticket to some nasty total and just winning chips and chips and chips.
Do you think if you move to 120, you will be capable to get a world record squat
In what?
in squat? 378.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dennis. So
I
you'll be
believe
the first man to wipe Dennis Cornelius' name on the record book.
not the first man. I think that'll be Rondell, but I believe. Never know. He could make that decision. I have no idea. I prefer him not to because if I'm being honest, I would love to face off against him in the USAPL. He'll just destroy. I mean, he'll destroy me anyways. But you're giving me a better chance with my bench. I'm gonna outbench him. Best believe that. He knows that. He probably doesn't want to. He will never admit it, but I'm gonna outbench him when I get my weight up for sure. But yeah, I would rather see him in USAPL. That's that.
And also the 120 squat world record is 386 kilos. It's not 378.
Oh, is it not 78?
No, it's 386. Dennis Carlinus did it in Belarus. He said in Belarus is 386.
That's even worse. Bob, that's even worse, Bob.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think I can squat 400 kilos in my life for sure. Yeah, all I gotta do is get heavy. All I gotta do is gotta get heavy. Really, I have a 32-inch waist, and I'm squatting. I squatted 800. 32.
33? 33 or 32?
32.
See, Ash said he's a 33 waist.
Ash is bullshit. Ash is like a 35, 37.
Because I was saying, because I'm a 32-inch waist. My waist is 32.
Nah, you're 28, dog. There's no way you're 32.
Oh, what do you mean I'm 28?
No, Ash is not no 32. 30. That's some bullshit. No. No, that's cat. We're betting that. Yeah, that. No, he would expose himself right there if we were to measure.
All right, fair enough. Then.
I know my measurements. I'm 18 buys. I don't know my chest. I know my waist is 32. My quads are 25. It's pathetic. My calves are 15, pretty much. But yeah, bro, that's the potential of a 400 squatter. I promise you that. As far as like how I'm built, and I just know it's just the weight gain. I don't look at myself as a squatter. I'm not a squatter, but I know what would happen if I were to add 20 pounds.
But you're doing it really well in terms of like not being a squatter, but still squatting like what over 350. I mean, I know the thing is, your squat has been overshadowed by
because
Ash.
of two monsters. Yeah.
And of course Keenan. But people don't realize how big your squat is, especially like I'm glad now you're moving to the IPF. That's when you're gonna put that 20 pound on and squat, and people realize, fuck, Bob squats big. But
you could be right. You could be right.
You know, that's almost like, what can we say? It's the third biggest squat in the world.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. If any of you came into the IPF, you would all be massive squatters.
Because you're counting Anatoly.
Anatoly.
Okay. Yeah. Anatoly, Keenan, and that. Yo, you're kind of right. Yo, thank you.
Your squat is up there, man. Your squat definitely is up there.
You're making me have confidence. I didn't think I was going to leave this podcast with confidence. More confidence.
You know, and by the way, can you tell people about who convinced you to go conventional? Can you tell people, because I want to take credit on that.
Oh, well, to be fair, it was actually your co-host.
Thank you.
A little bit.
That's what we're gonna say this podcast on, right? That's the bit that we're gonna cut.
How are you finding your convention? Looks good though. 270 for 5 moved easy.
I just did 320 for 3.
Oh shit, that's good.
6. You'll see it in this. I'm gonna post it on my main in a second. It moved amazing. I could pull 365 right now. Easily said. Yeah, I would say that lift last night was the most motivating lift I've ever had in powerlifting.
It hits
was
different. I was gonna say even because Mikey Davies started doing conventional too, and like he's celebrating a 320 deadlift, and like even me too. Like when you hit 320, hit 330, it feels conventional feels good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it
Dude,
eh,
feels good.
oh, it
you
is
guys need to
amazing.
push, you guys need to push a conventional. A small man like me, I can hit 315 conventional. Come on.
315 conventional.
Yes.
I could see
Oh
it.
yeah, shit, you've done it. Yeah, yeah, you
I
did
could see
conventional
it.
first. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, come on, what's wrong with
At
you,
least
lot?
huh?
What's wrong with you, lot? You guys should be hitting 350 conventional.
Easy. I could double that. Easy.
Do it,
You'll
do
see
it,
that
send it
next
to me,
block.
and then I will believe you.
You'll see my three. Oh, you're gonna see some shit. Just know that you're gonna see some shit. See, if I didn't compete next block, I would have doubled that for a cluster double, not a regular double, a cluster. All hands, no straps.
Shit. Yeah.
I mean, we in this podcast, we don't believe in stripes. We don't.
Yeah,
Everyone
please,
believes in
no.
stripes. We don't. Look, we got proper African hands. See,
Nice,
those are.
nice.
Oh, what
What
the?
was that?
But anyway, I have a question for you, Bob. In terms of like you moving to IPF, of course, you told SPD to fuck off a few years ago, right? So you have your reason why. I'm an SPD guy. I'm not talking about this is not me talking shit about SPD, but you literally told you probably the only person I know that told SPD to fuck off. Right?
Probably.
So
God.
I'm gonna ask you this. To get on the IPF platform, you need to wear approved gears. And
Mhm.
your sponsors are not approved by IPF. How are you going to solve that?
Honestly, I'm gonna just wear some different shit. I told him because I know how expensive it is to pay for your equipment to be on the stage. I just told him, hey, don't worry about it. Don't pay the fee for me. I'll just wear some regular shit. I might bring the SBD belt back. I got my Gymshark singlet. I
Oh
really don't know what.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I fuck with the Gymshark
Hey,
singlet. It's really nice.
why would you go and wear Gymshark? Why would you go and wear Gymshark when, if I look at behind you, you go a chest of drawer probably is full of old SPD stuff there. Why don't you just wear it?
So I have a hit on any SBD athlete. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna love it when I'm surrounded by SBD athletes with the singlet. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's a lovely sight. I love it. And then you even got Pete Spence was actually the guy that showed me the Russian guy.
Okay.
Mushuab or whatever his name is. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Constantine, yeah, it's
He did.
Constantine
Yeah.
something.
He won the
So
world in
like
2021. He was a surprise in 2021. He came out of nowhere as a kid. He just won.
wow. Yeah, believe me, I'm super motivated. June's gonna come like that, but I gotta get stronger for sure.
What are we expecting from Bobb Matthew when it comes to P and Nat? Are we expecting a chill me, or are you expecting, do you know what the battle is? Because I'm gonna move to my next question will be the motivation. Let's not touch that for now, right? Because I know what your motivation is, but what are we expecting at P and Nat? Are we expecting just like, okay, let me go and get my Carpino and it gets world?
Low key, just the Carpino. I have no reason to go crazy. However, I do want to pull a fat conventional by then, so I could go crazy on the deadlifts. But I'm not. I don't. Low key, I could PR my total. Low key, because I've always underperformed so much that if I just focus on just hitting my shits and not focus on anybody else, I probably just hit an easy ass 2120. That's like a 965, yeah. Some weird shit like that. Easy. So maybe we'll see.
To be fair, the
No,
Americans, when you come to that 120 in the IPF in America, I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I'm wrong to say this. People can correct me if they want. There's nobody.
in America, right?
Well, calm down though. Like Bob is on another level, but there's like Tristan Nazarod, there's Mike Teixeira. There is also Big Chief Luger. He's done like a 940 maybe a while ago.
When
Um,
I'm when I'm talking about nobody, I'm talking about someone Bob can feel that not getting the Carpino himself.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
I'm
no.
talking.
Well, there's no one
Okay,
around
there's
that
one person
950,
though.
960 range.
Do you know Big Devin Williams?
I know
This one,
Dev. Yeah, Dev.
he benches. I'm looking at him. He's a 600-pound bencher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at him. He's talking about really coming over, and he's also hating himself out to be the underdog. Devin, I know what he's doing. Devin, I'm not underestimating you. You are an animal. I will unlock everything against you. Best believe that. I will. Oh, I love Devin. Let me just say that. And I like that he portrayed himself as that. He tried to portray himself as the underdog, and I loved it. It was kind of wholesome. But
So if it comes, it won't be a chill meet for you then.
no, it will not be. I will go crazy. I will make a statement. And he should have just kept quiet because I'm alerted. I'm alerted. I will go crazy. I just did 960 with missing my third deadlift, and I had so much heat. You want to go against that, Bob? On top of the fact that you have to cut into the 120s? But yes, thank you, Devin. Now I just need the verification that he's doing nationals for sure. And then I'm coming with the fire. I would love to be the 600-pound bencher. I will be the 600-pound bencher. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting battle. I mean, again, it's exciting because just looking at having a massive meet like that leading to your IPF world almost gives you that battles and we're expecting on the IPF.
Yeah.
As we said,
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect I'd be kind of motivated, low key. Mental vacation, my ass. For real.
That'll be fun, man.
Yeah.
This is exciting to see how you now I'm gonna move to that question that I said earlier, your motivation moving to the IPF, because a lot of people thinking, let me just phrase this, right? Paraphrase this. I hate the fact that a lot of Americans are coming on social media saying, I'm going to the IPF because I want to collect the bag. You know, I don't have nothing against people saying that they want to collect the bag of Sheffield. Do you know how disrespectful that is to the people that are on the IPF? Because you American think you're just gonna come in, knock our door, and clear our house and walk away without being asked a question.
All right, wait. Let me think.
And when you come here, you get red light. You're complaining. Of course, those are our referees. They are our judge. You know yours.
I'm gonna be honest. If America sweeps, that's embarrassing. Don't let America sweep. I'm asking you to not let America sweep. You got Jesus.
It looks like they will. It looks like they will. The way you guys are talking, you will.
I mean, you gotta see where we're coming from, right?
It's a tough battle,
right? Me, I know I'm the favorite. I'm still not, underestimating nobody, but it just means so much to eat into the class. Jaren, what would imagine you going against Keiko and Petrie, and you're 83.5 and you have the same total as them, and you're months away from this meet, and you could just eat and you're preparing for that meet. You would do some damage. Your confidence would be crazy. That's me right now as a 120, right? So you have me. I'm not saying I'm undisputed, no, but got like a nice chance of winning. Jesus, me, Ashton, and then you got Petrie, Keiko, either or, and then you got Russ, and then you got Austin Perkins, and then you got Dan Clements, who no one's touching. So I mean, you got to understand where the talk is coming from, And as far as every weight class,
it's heavy hitters. You gotta admit it.
The talk of sweeping at the World Championship. When you put those names, you say we can't dispute against that because these names have proven in the past. You guys are not the people that just started powerlifting yesterday. You're talking. No, you've done the shit. You've done the numbers. And if you bring those numbers to the IPF, no one in the IPF have done what you've done. No one in the IPF have done what Ash or, of course, Jesus or what do you call it?
Austin,
Dan Clement,
Clements,
Austin, and all of that. No one, or even Russ. No one.
Yeah.
This makes sense. My problem is not that. My problem is Sheffield. People
But
thinking
that would
they
be
can.
so nuts though, because if that happens, Sheffield is basically an American meet.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
It is an
So
American.
It
Yeah,
is.
come on. You got it. Jesus. I mean, I know he pushed the world record total, but he's still Jesus. He's a super heavyweight. Austin, come on now. You know what? And then Russ could probably have like, a nice explosion. The 93s, I think that's going to be hard anyways, because, they've always been so good. 105, Anatoly, he's, yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. And then me, I'm not going to lie, I have no chance at Sheffield's. I don't even know.
978.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think the thing is with me, right? I looked at Jesus, what he did at Sheffield. What Jesus did at Sheffield, to me, I think is the best powerlifting performance ever.
I agree.
That's my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what Austin Perkins has done, what Rondell has done, but what Jesus has done is just like, because people don't understand. I mean, I cannot explain this enough, Bob. But all I'm gonna say is, get to world, win world, turn up at Sheffield, and you understand what I'm talking about. Sheffield is the feeling you get in your NBA when you're watching the Lakers playing, right? You see the fans. This is what Sheffield was. You go like 1700 or close to 2,000 people in the hole, like screaming your name. It feels like it's 100,000 people screaming your name. Do you know what I mean? So this is a different ball game. So to me, what he did at Sheffield is something incredible. But would I see him surpassing that? Honest opinion? No.
You could say that. You have.
How many times a man can do that?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I can see it is because he's at a weight range where his squat will only grow.
Exactly. I was gonna say squat is growing, bench can also grow a lot, and then
he
deadlift.
Can eat. And dead, he has. He can pull
430.
Yeah, he can pull some shit. It's just the grip. So let's say if it doesn't hold up for Sheffield's, right? 2024, 2025. What if he pulls 980 because he finally mastered his grip? Bro, for him,
he's only like 26, 25 too. So yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, so
I'm a strong believer. I'm a strong believer in strength, but sometimes I just want to see it. At the moment, the only person that's freaking me out when it comes to Sheffield, to me personally, I think is only Austin Perkins. Because I look at Austin, I'm thinking the reason for that is, Bob, is because the world record at 74 is the weakest world record out of all of them. Right? 790 compared to what Austin can do. Come on. If Austin come in at Sheffield does like 860, 865, bro, who's gonna beat that?
Yeah. I wonder if he would change his descent speed so he could hit depth optimally. He might just. What if he misses depth because he descends too fast,
too quickly?
You never know. Yeah, it'll be interesting because even your biggest.
If you guys are thinking of sweeping, you're coming to the IPF World to sweep the floor.
Austin is a superstar, but you have to be smart. You might be talented as shit, the most talented in the world, but you got to be able to adapt. And we saw Russ, right? Remember what happened at Raw Nationals 2019? The biggest superstars, you can get hold. You can be like, oh, I'm winning this shit, and then boom, something stabs you in the face. Got to be prepared for that.
I think and the way he squats. I think I said this to Mo, and we said this to Ash when we had the podcast last week. I think when it comes to IPF, right, I know people have all these misconception about the IPF, thinking they're too harsh and they should follow the rules, or what's that the rules. I mean, the problem is that, Bob, if you have been refereed by a German referee, I think I said this last week, a German referee, right? Most of them, they don't even speak English, mate. Right? We know Italians don't like Americans. So you come in, You put that
don't do that, man.
That's just me just insinuating, right? So you come in
Yeah.
and you thinking you're gonna sweep the floor as you're saying with your USAPL depth. It's not gonna work.
You talking about me?
I'm talking about Americans.
Oh.
Okay. Let me say American minus Bob. Do you know what
No,
I mean?
I thought you were talking directly about me because I make sure I sync my shits. Like, yeah. As far as the Americans, you're right. It is up to the Americans to drop the ball, though. That's the thing. And if you're depending on someone to play bad, perform bad, then it's not winning right there. That's not winning. You just have to expect them to, oh, the window's open now, type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But you guys, I mean, again, Mo, you're right to say this. I mean, you probably can back me up here. Whether we like it or not, the American teams coming 2024 is a team to beat. Do you know what I mean? No American is coming to 20. Even if like these names that we mentioned don't come, even if you guys send your B team, still that B team is coming to World to win. No American is coming to World to come second. We have to beat you guys. I think I saw a caption from Russ when I think did he score 320 or something like that? He said like, I'm just going to compete against me, against anybody that want to come second, come and compete against me. And he's not wrong to what he's saying. I'm in the E3, you'll be in the E3. And what the numbers that he's putting in training and numbers doing now, he's not wrong to have that confidence to say it. Do you know what I mean? So it's up now to ask the rest of the world to put the work in and catch up. That's just simple. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not saying this because I'm scared of Rush or I'm scared of the American. You love competition. We all love competition. We all thrive from it, right? But it's just like they are the stronger guys. You gotta have to admit what strength is. Like you said, like when I spoke to you last time, you said mental vacation, but your man said it's changed now. But even when you say mental vacation, you were not wrong. You know what I mean?
I know. In a way, I know. But like, even though I have these guys, it's just I just went against the most impressive athlete you'll ever go against. I remember back in 2019, 2020, when I'm getting into powerlifting and I'm just getting into podcasts, I'm hearing Ashton is the potential GOAT. It's Taylor versus Ashton and Ray Williams. A little bit of Rush. Ashton's the GOAT. So I have in this mindset, like, this guy is really up there. He has a goated career. He's probably a top 5 powerlifter ever drug tested. Now, I just went against that. I rivaled that. I had a chance to beat him. We were neck and neck. So the fact that I just got out of that battle, who's my next rival?
Mo's going 120.
He's there.
Mo's going 120 now, so you never know. So
I'm chilling, dog. I ain't doing 120. I'm just
120. He just have to fix his squat stance. And
I think you should do 120.
We're just playing around, man. I'm doing just one meet chill to see what happens, and then we'll decide from there. I'm not doing any internationals for a while, so we'll just see what happens.
Mo, you know what you need to do?
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
What you need to do on that meet, Mo? Total like 950, 960 bobbles will have a little bit of heart palpitation.
950. Fucking hell, that.
So, Bob, now, my friend, what is the motivation for you moving to IPF? You haven't answered this question yet. Why? Why now? Why IPF now?
As far as the actual decision, it is a team thing. It's not for me. It's not my goal. I don't care about the IPF. It's a team thing as far as we got to paint the podium craftsmanship over, we want to take over other teams, other coaches or whatever, but as well as Team America. Just want to take over. Oh my God, I'm sorry for my neighbors.
So it's not a craftsmanship you're moving to IPF, but you're moving because of the Team America.
Team America and Team Craftsmanship, yeah. They really want me to be part of it.
Team America's always been strong internationally. They didn't really need you guys to move.
Yeah, they don't need me. What the fuck? They don't need me. Yeah. But my coach did make a good point as far as you want to move up in weight, you can honestly like win a world title, not cruise, kind of cruise, but not really cruise. Win a world title while you're bulking, and then if you want to come back to the USAPL, just do that. Yeah. So he made a great point as far as that, because I mean, I have no chance of anyone in the 120s right now. So I mean, let this be like a side quest, you know? So it was a great point.
So
I was like, you know,
basically, because the USAPL 120s are so strong, you're running away from that to hide to IPF.
There's no USAPL 120 though. Why?
I'm talking about like the lack of rondel. You're running away from rondel now. You're coming to IPF to hide and then go back when you get hit.
I love the podcast antics so much. You're good, Jurin. You're very good.
I know I'm good.
No, I just have me versus Rondell right now is the most pointless shit you could ever see. I would literally just YOLO it would just be retarded. What am I doing? It's like, think about it. Rondell is 280. I am 230. He's 50 pounds heavier than me. That is bigger than the difference between, that's like me versus you, Jurin. That is insane. So, I mean, even if I fill out 120, I might not even, Rondell's too big. I don't think I could really fill out that class and really stand a chance. However, best believe I'm up for the challenge. It's just at the moment, come on, man. I'm not even on 110 at the moment. So I need time. So best believe I would have stayed USA. Man.
Just come, yo, just ignore it, man. Come, IPF is where you're at. Ignore all this Jurin's little bites and everything, man. It's in the right place. You're going towards the right direction right now.
Crazy.
I mean,
running is crazy.
I'm excited you are in the IPF because even since the first time I had you on the podcast, and even since me and you start talking from the beginning, all I wanted is to come to the real powerlifting federation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've done that. And you've done that now. You're here where people actually believe that we're not drug free, but we're drug tested. Real drug tested federation. Right? Because the reality is if you see a USAPL lifter and IPF lifter, people are always gonna take the IPF being more credible. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But we're already here, which is amazing, right? And there's a world game coming. So Sheffield. So all of these, are they not just motivation to you to move, or it was just the team thing? Because I know when I'm talking about the team thing, I don't want to bring up that conversation between Flex and Marcellus, because the trust on the social media. I'm going to have Flex here. I'm going to have Marcellus. I'm going to ask them. I'm even planning to have both of them in the same podcast if I can.
Nah.
Literally. So.
That'd be crazy.
Why not?
I'm gonna be honest. It's not All right, so it's not Sheffield motivated. I might not even do Sheffield. I'll talk to Rondell, see what he's doing. But really, whatever he's doing, I'm doing. I just want to be on the same platform as him. Win or lose, I just want to be on the same platform as him. It's like the same thing with the Ash scenario, as far as me chasing Ash and just chasing him until I catch up. Rondell will be the key to me unlocking all my strength goals on every lift. So whatever
put Rondell's picture in your house.
He's my wallpaper.
Damn.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's a picture of me and him. To be fair.
He's still there. You don't look at yourself, do you? You just look at him every time you look at that picture.
I look at myself more, actually. Because I'm looking at how much weight I could put on. And we're the same height, so it's like, yeah. I'll send you the picture after this. I'll send you the picture. No, matter of fact, whatever. But yeah, he's really just the ultimate goal. If he's doing whatever he's doing at 264, to whatever he's weighing in at, if I could be within 10, 20 kilos at a lighter body weight, that's a W to me, to be honest. Like, I'll be the powerlifter that's chased the biggest names in history. Ash and Rondell, the most gifted people of all time.
In the
It's
IPF,
crazy.
you're chasing Tony Cliff because he's the 2 times world champion. You're not a world champion, so you can't chase.
Stop before I bring back the sumo and have to destroy Tony. You don't do it to him. God, I thought he was anti-America, man. Damn, he's trying to help America out.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's not that American. I think Tony's just old school. Come on, you'll be competing against a 40-year-old man. You should be embarrassed. If he beats you, Bob, don't come back to IPF anymore. Just resign.
I just beat Tony, technically. Shit, I just outtold him at 105. Tony cuts to the 120.
Oh my days.
I believe you. I believe you. You beat Tony technically with the same rules. I believe you. Anyway, Mo, have you got any question?
I'm dead. You stop.
Nah, not for me, man. Honestly, everyone's just excited to see your route and your path from now on. Like, I'm excited to see your IPF awards. I think a lot of you guys, like you, Ash, Petrie, or Keiko, you know, literally just having you guys one whole week, you know, you're going to be there. It's all going to be powerlifting focused. Hopefully you're in the IPF hotel and everything, seeing you, talking with you, chilling, having food, because you're going to be a light 120, you know, so it'll be very fun, exciting times. Maybe we might even get a live Sabado podcast while we're there, you know, that'll be pretty sick.
We're live in 2024, and when hopefully, again, I know you're against the idea of coming to Sheffield in terms of you might not do Sheffield, but I would love you to. If you win, come to London, mate. Come to England, and we will welcome you, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
be sick.
it's gonna be
Appreciate
amazing
that.
you face to face. But anyway, I think one of the last things I just want to ask is, do you have any message apart from you putting on weight? We all know you're putting on weight. We know that. Any message to the 120 in the IPF? What would that message be? Just a short one.
Do not wake me up. Swear to God, I want to hear all the podcasts. I want to hear what everybody else has to say. Just understand. You just brought up the body weight, but you have me out totaling you? Why? Stop being pathetic. Get your weights up. Get your weights up. They're kind of starting to. They didn't even say anything, and I'm just mad about it. I don't know why. Just be better. No wonder Rondell just obliterated y'all. Like, just be better. Stop getting me angry.
Damn.
Where?
This is why probably Indy's not here today, but yeah.
Oh, I forgot he's 120. Oh God.
That was deep. But anyway, one of the things, Bob, I could say is, you know, our sports, powerlifting, whether you are USAPL or whatever you are, IPF, me, I'm the type of guy where I watch all. I'm a powerlifting nerd in terms of when it comes to that. I watch all and then I recognize strength. Do you know what I mean? And I don't have nothing against someone lifting in the USAPL or someone lifting in the IPF. When someone is strong, period. Even John Hack. Yeah. You watch some of the John Hack shit, you just go like, for fuck's sake, what's this man doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Strength is there. So I think for top tiers like yourself, do you do things like educational to the young coming lifters? Because again, at the same time, we got these young people want to be like Bob. What? So what's Bob giving them back in terms of like knowledge? Because as much as like you have got the fire to be Ashton, the fire to be the best 120 in the world, the fire to be Rondell, that's you. But how do you build that fire?
Like how I pass it down. That's a beautiful insight right there. As far as I thought about this before, like New York has no powerlifting community. Oh, that's why we suck. So maybe I could be the kickstart for bringing this shit into some schools, start some programs or something. I am one of the best powerlifters on the planet. I could easy. I actually turned down a opportunity to talk to a school because I'm like, I don't want to know that. It's in the ghetto. I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm like open to opportunities like that, I could really change some shit and start something up in New York.
Having like an IPF board to also make that very, very, like, you know, you can talk about your travels internationally, competing against people from Russia or you know,
Yeah.
things like that. So that'll be very sick.
I think that's one of the things
Yeah.
the USAPL guys are almost saying they're lacking. Right?
World champ.
World champ.
Because
Yeah, it's a great
when you go to
title.
the school, I think I see Delaney doing it now. Delaney's in New York as well, Bob. I think you could probably link up with Delaney to
Yo,
do things.
you were right. I did just see that just this morning on his story, as far as like him at a school.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
like
when you go to a school kid, you're wearing a USA tracksuit, and you say to them, "I'm a world champion. I've competed against Britain. I competed against France and all of that stuff." The kids are almost like, "Wow, he's a world champion." But you, Bob, if you go and say, "I'm a USAPL national," like, yeah.
yo, that's funny.
So
That's funny.
I think this is the thing top tiers like you guys should consider to bring.
Yeah,
Because
you have a strong
all
point.
we're doing is growing the sport. The only way we can grow the sport, some of us don't have the money to invest in the sport, but the only way we can grow is use our name, use the experience we have to educate the people.
Hey, Jurins, talking to you, I might be an IPF for life. Yeah, could be IPF for life. You never know.
Mate,
you never know.
It's the place to be. It's the place
That
to
was
be.
that was kind of inspirational.
I know you don't care about legacy, but your mom will be proud if you're a world champion, by the way.
No, things can change. Anybody can change. Maybe I could start caring about legacy. Yeah, that sounded very nice. Like, it could be more than just about me. It could be more, hey, pass on the legacy to my kids. Pass on the legacy to other kids in schools. Build a community. Maybe that'll stop violence. You never know. And that all comes from,
because the sport we're doing is teaching us composure, discipline, and hard work. You know, do you think as a powerlifter yourself, Bob, do you think you have time to go and short jogs on the street? No, you have to go in the gym and train. You don't have 2 hours to short jogs.
It takes self-discipline. Hey, let's say if I'm bringing this kid into this program, whatever, this doesn't mean you have to powerlift for life. This is just teaching you basic skills, self-discipline, and this can help you become whatever the hell you want to be in life, to be honest. This is just,
On that note, Bob, welcome to IPF. Hopefully, you spend more years in IPF, and Ronda will come over, and that battle you're talking about will be on the IPF platform. That's my wish, and I hope it will happen. And I'll have Ronda on the podcast in the next few weeks or so. So we're gonna battle Gaston. I'm gonna go up against Gaston myself when it comes to Ronda, if I have to, right? To bring him to the IPF, and you guys can have that battle on the real powerlifting federation, because that's where records will be set. That's where world record are set. Forget about all these world records you guys been setting over there.
Yes. That's great.
Mate, it's always a pleasure to have you, mate. Again, we will have you again after you do your PA or before you do your PA, especially that PME. I'm interested now. You're saying the other 120s are coming. I'm interested. Oh my God, if you don't hit the Carpino, Bob, I'm gonna laugh at you, man. Jesus Christ.
Bro, I hit the Carpino for like 4 reps. But I will say, I'll admit, I'm making it hard on myself. So we'll see.
Mate, you smash it. You smash it. I mean,
you should, man. It should be fun to watch.
You American always got that dog mentality in you, and I mean, come on. You know what I mean? You smash it, mate. Mate, thanks, mate, for having you here. For all our listeners, guys, if you have any questions or anything Bob said you didn't like because he's American, drop us in a message. Drop that comment. We'll share that with Bob. Or if you have any question for Bob, reach out to Bob Instagram, right? And Bob is the type of American, as I said before, he's a very kind American. He will respond to your message.
Absolutely.
Guys, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one, y'all. Nice talk.